Welcome back, welcome back. I hope I got time for this, because it's a good one. Marrying younger women is a very dangerous thing. Now, I say this not to disrespect young women. Sound the horn. My daddy's in the building. It's not to disrespect anybody or no shit like that. Sound the horns. So, I've noticed growing up, you know, and, reading the Bible, men choose younger women, you know, marry them and all of that. And it's a good thing. It makes sense. I never understood it, when I was younger. Be with somebody your own age or around your own age. But things don't always work out like that because the people you grow up with, you grow apart from. And that's it. It can work, but a lot of times it doesn't. Anyway, so usually when a man's successful, even in this world without the Lord, they tell men to get younger women, and it's hot, and it's all of that. You're older now, you're the alpha, you can choose the hot one, and this. And I be walking around, and I see things. Because I think about, life and why people do things. What makes women that has a successful man cheat on them? Why would you do that? And then I started realizing a lot of niggas is corny as hell and all they have is money. They never did the other side of life. And it's hard, you know? You work so much. You're not around the cool kids club or whatever it is, you know what I mean? And this is why the Bible says women have to fight temptation their whole lives. Just like men, you know? And as a man gets older, and you chose that younger chick, that's when the danger starts. Because if you're 20 years older than her, when you're 60, she's 40. She's still 40-year-old women ain't old women all the time. Especially when they live by the law and take care of themselves. They're still young and they still want to do things, When you're an old man that's working a hard fucking job, 60 years old, you're barely trying to get out of bed unless you're getting paid for it. You're like, move. Wait up, I only move when I'm getting paid. Other than that, I lift what up? Do what? I'm tired. My feet hurt. My back hurt. That's why we want good wives that are there so they can rub our feet and our back and love us and, sound the horns. Just like you want men to genuinely want to do some things for you that are very easy but also hard. Now, I realize being a man because, this Bible thing, wait till you're older and all that and choose. But the world we live in makes it difficult, because like I just said, as you get older, you know, 20-year gap in this world is a generation damn near. You know what I'm saying? 20 years from now, all the music that was played now, ain't nobody gonna be listening to that shit. Even if it's the best music in the world. Why? Because kids get older and say, I don't give a fuck about what you old niggas is listening to. That shit corny. It's corny. We doing music now. So I don't want to be supporting that old shit no more. That means my shit can't get out there. Get it? It's my time. Sit the fuck down, old nigga. You know? People always have time to grow apart or whatever. That always sucks. That temptation as a, woman gets older and You know, you're an old man. You know, there's hot young guys everywhere, and they got money too. Or she doesn't even care about the money no more. She lived long enough to realize, you know, money didn't make this nigga pay attention to me. Money didn't make this man learn me and the things I like. You know? Loving someone does. That's it. You know? I feel bad for some people because I've seen it all my life. I'm sure you've seen it too and wondered why'd they do that? Why he cheat? Why they cheat? They got a decent relationship. When I'm talking about when it comes to the age gap, you know, and nobody's exempt. I don't want to just throw the ladies under the bus, but I'm particularly talking about Jews for a reason, because ultimately it leads on to men and what we're doing or not doing. And sometimes you could do everything right, you know. Your woman's tempted, and if she doesn't have that loyalty or whatever, I don't know what it is that makes the ones. I think it's that, you know, they care more about what's important than just sex. Then we got these cuckold ass situations out here. But it's not even a diss women. It's really to warn women like, yo, don't. That's why there's a Bible. That's why without a Bible, people still say these things to this day and warn people of like you. I've always had a theory of you don't have to write any books about right and wrong and what to do, like the real deep shit that it says. People will learn the hard way, and older people that give a fuck about young people, like they're you know, they're gonna tell them, I did this and this is exactly where it landed. I seen this other person do it, that other person do it, this other person. Then they told me and they told me and they told me and they told me. Everybody keeps trying to ice skate uphill. It doesn't work, you know? And it's like, you know, be good to each other. I don't have the answers for that. The answer is, you know, what's important to you. Is what you're doing worth the risk? You know? A lot of men say yes, and then they lose a person that actually cares about them and knows them. And they learn the hard way when they're stuck dealing with regular ass whores for the rest of their life, you know? Because you wanted to break your house up. You think there's a ton of young bitches, you're gonna be out there. No, you're gonna get treated like a fucking, a slot machine, a fucking vending card. Then you'll wake up and shit, why does she care about me? Like my wife did. Cause she's not your wife, dummy. It's not your husband. You know? Anyway, I won't talk your head off. Hopefully somebody might be going through this and change your ways. Or maybe you're thinking about doing it. Think about what you do before you do it. My philosophy in life is I do what I do because I'm willing to accept exactly what's coming to me. Why? Because I think about what's going to happen. And then I say, I'm willing to accept that reality. I'm willing to go through that. I'm willing to lose that. You know? It's called standing on what you do. Even if it's wrong. This is what I hate about you fucking I'm bad people. Like, when I was bad, I still was good at being bad. Because I followed the rules and realized I'm bad. Why should I fucking not tell you I'm gonna cheat? I'm bad. You should expect this. You know? Because I told you since I mentioned, real bad guys don't have to lie. Only niggas pretending they're bad, they gotta lie. You know? Like a husband, he gotta lie to his wife. A billionaire guy that's fucking cool and all this and blah blah and all that, he doesn't have to lie to his wife. She already knows what the fuck is going on because he told her. He has enough to go around and keep telling the truth until a woman says, "Yeah, I'll accept that. I don't give a fuck. You're so busy, you ain't gonna be running around there ain't like that anyway. I know what you do all day. I actually give a fuck. I see you working. You don't even have time for that shit. You're too busy running around in your fucking head and shit. You don't even like sex like that." You know? Nah, a lot of people don't know. Because you don't get to see it. I don't get to see it, but, I learn about things. I see. You know? So, stop being a liar. Then you won't be a cheater. Learn to lose people because of your truth and realize if your truth makes them leave, then they was never really in love with you anyway. Now were they? That's gonna fuck a lot of people's head up. Because I'm not saying to do bad shit. I'm saying, why do you have to lie about your bad shit? Because you know they're gonna leave. So the real you, oh, okay. So, maybe, you know, don't choose someone that doesn't accept the real you. And then you won't have to be a liar.